Yes, I am already ready for the end of the year. My TBR is planned. We'll see if I stick to it, but I got some cozy mysteries, some nostalgic children's books, and an illustrated middle grade book that you might have heard of. So let's just get on into it. Hello. My name is Nakia. Welcome to my channel. So yes, I am doing an end of the year TBR because like I said in the intro, it's already planned. And so we might as well just do this so you know what I'm gonna read. And stay tuned for my wrap up to see if I stick with these. But as of right now, these are the ones I have planned. And before I get into what I plan to read, I will tell you what I'm currently reading because we are already in November. We're a little bit deep into it. So I have been reading this book pretty much since the beginning. And I'm speaking of The Nurse's Secret by Amanda Skinnendorf. I think I discovered this book on my own through my library site. I saw the cover and I was like, what is this? I need to know. I am just intrigued by historical fiction, as you know, but I love historical fiction mixed with another genre, and that's what we have here. It's historical fiction mixed with mystery, thriller, crime, all of that good stuff. I don't know why this cover looks so sugary sweet. So innocent, because it's not. So I'll just give you a little bit of what it's about because, I am on page 135 so far, so not quite the halfway mark, but I'm getting there. And so I can only tell you, what I've gotten so far. This one takes place in the late 1800s, which I was like, wow, I have to go look up some pictures so I can know what people looked like back then as far as, fashion and whatnot. I know there's descriptions in the book, but I need to visualize it. So I did look things up and that helped me out a lot, especially because we are dealing with a nursing school and I wanted to know what the nurses' uniforms looked like and stuff like that. So like I said, it was very helpful for me to look it up. So in this book, we follow a woman named Una who is a pickpocket and a thief. And I mean, she has everything down to how you're supposed to dress, who you should steal from. She has all these rules she gives you throughout the book, which I love. I love being on the side of the criminal and in their mind. I've said this before with Book of Nights. And I know I feel like I've read something more recently with the same type of thing going on, but I just love it. So yeah, she is doing her business, stealing things, and she's currently in a living situation that she's not 100% happy with. She's staying with other women that do the same thing, and there's like the mother of the house, and she wants to save up to get a better place. So she ends up with these ruby cufflinks that she decides she wants to try to pawn or whatever to get some quality money so she can save up and, like I said, move to a better place. And she takes it to this man who the mother of her house has forbidden her to go to, or any of the girls in the house, but she tries to sneak out and do it anyway. And when she goes to deal with this man, some things happen and a dead body turns up, and when the police come, they find her there and she becomes a suspect. Now, she even gets arrested and goes to jail, but she ends up escaping. Won't say how because that's not really a spoiler. This book is about her going to nursing school, so if she doesn't get out of jail, she won't be able to go. But yeah, so when she gets out, she runs to her cousin's house to hide out for a little bit. And while she's there, she's trying to figure out what she can do. She looks in the newspaper and sees an ad for this nursing program at Bellevue Hospital. And like I said, this is in the late 1800s, so I found out this was the first nursing school. So this is historical fiction, but of course they have some real life stuff mixed in. So the Bellevue nursing program was the actual first nursing program in the US. So I love the fact that we're getting some information about that. But yeah, so she decides to con her way into the school because that's what she is. And I mean, it's just so funny following her and just, like I said, how she just wants to do dirt all the time. I'm reading it, I'm just like, wow, I didn't know she was gonna be so corrupt and crooked. But as I said, it's making me chuckle and things like that. We got the old timey language. There's certain things in my Kindle, which I'm reading this on my Kindle. Certain things I've tried to look up, and because they're words that are like slang terms from the 1800s, I can't find them in my dictionary, but through context clues, I get what they're talking about, but I just sometimes want the definition. Not getting that here because this takes place in New York. So once again, street life. So yeah, it is very fascinating. I am very into it so far. I believe it's in the fall time, I think, because I was saving it for this time of year. So I don't fully remember. If it's not, I will correct it here on the screen. But like I said, so far I'm enjoying it. So if you like historical fiction mixed with some mystery thriller, and as I say, we're getting into the medical stuff with the nursing program, it is very interesting. And I'm just so curious to see how she's going to make it and get out of this situation and what's going to happen next. So you'll have to stay tuned to my wrap up and or follow me on Goodreads so you can keep up with me, because that is where you will see first if I DNF a book and whatnot. But yeah, now let's move on to my TBRs. Okay, so now we will move into the books that I plan to read in November. I do not have much because I'm already into this one, The Nurse's Secret, and it's I think close to 400 pages, I think. Also with the holidays, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get to, but I do have one for sure that I'll be reading this month, because if you don't know, I will be a co-host for the Lights Out Book Club. That is Sab's book club, who is here on YouTube, Riveting Reads, and we will be reading Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. Now, Lisa Unger, I have just recently discovered. I've known of her, but I just recently read a novella by her that I loved. I recommended this in my October books to read video. I will link it here. But that book is The Sleep Tight Motel, and like I said, I really loved it. It is currently on Kindle Unlimited. I will link it below. So when I saw that she had a locked room mystery coming out this year, it was on my list of most anticipated books. I will also link that video here in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, I've talked about this book enough. I just know it's some friends that go to a cabin, secrets are revealed, they lose power, all that good stuff. I can't wait. So again, we will be doing a book club discussion when the date is revealed. Stay tuned. I will put it on my community tab and also on Instagram. Always be following me there. If you're reading it, let me know. Let me know if you're going to be joining the book club discussion, all that good stuff. And let's move on to my next book. All right, next up, I hope I can get to this one this month because this is perfect for Thanksgiving time, for November. But this is Apple Pie a la Murder by Kate Bell and Kathleen Suzette. Now, if you don't know, I have talked about them many times. I also recommended a book by them in my Halloween book recommendations video, but they wrote book one of the Pumpkin Hollow Mystery series, Candy Coated Murder, which I loved. I believe I read it in 2021, but I love that book. So when I was looking for something to read for fall, there was a cozy mystery. This one popped up. I read a little bit of a sample of it and I was like, okay, I have to read it. But of course, let me tell you a little bit of what it's about. So Apple Pie a la Murder is book one in the freshly baked cozy mystery series. So starting at the beginning, and it's currently available on Kindle Unlimited. Once again, will be linked below. In this one, we are following a woman named Allie who has a friend named Lucy that convinces her to try to sell her pies to this man in town named Henry Hoffer, who has a bake shop. So he agrees to try one of her pies to see if he wants to sell them. So she takes him a pie to sell and Henry turns up dead. So of course, she's the number one suspect. And as usual in a cozy mystery series, she has to become an amateur sleuth, and her and Lucy try to figure out who the real killer is so she can clear her name. Sounds interesting. Sounds like all the things are in the cozy mystery books that we love, even though I have not found another one that I love. Hopefully this one will be it. So like I said, cozy mystery books are usually pretty easy to read and you fly through them. So again, I'm hoping I can get to it this month. But again, I'm not gonna rush. I'm gonna take my time. If I get to it, I get to it. If it goes into December, that is what it will be. So again, stay tuned. All right, now let's get into my Christmas winter TBR. I cannot wait. I think I had these planned a while ago. Like I would just see certain things pop up. Be like, oh, can't wait. Now, I don't know what kind of mood I'm going to be in. I do know sort of. Of course, it's Christmas time. We'll have our tree up. So I will be in that fantasy land and sugary sweet fields and all that good stuff. But like if I'm going to want to read any murder mystery and horror, we'll see. But for that side of things, I already know I will be reading 2 Berenstain Bear books because I love the Berenstain Bear books that I read in October. If you haven't seen my wrap up, linked here. But for Christmas time, I will be reading the Berenstain Bears Christmas Tree. Of course, this is a typical Berenstain Bear book where they will be going on the search for the perfect Christmas tree and will learn a life lesson along the way, of course. And then this one I saw on the back of one of the other Berenstain Bear books that I read in October, but this is the Berenstain Bears Meet Santa Bear. And in this one, they go to Bear Country Mall. I love the name. I said this before. I love the illustrations. It's just so cute. I just love it. But they go to Bear Country Mall to meet Santa. And of course, Brother Bear and Sister Bear have all these things they want to tell Santa they want. But in the end, they will learn the true meaning of Christmas and about the spirit of giving. So I look forward to cozying up with these 2 books in December. Cannot wait. And this next one is the one I mentioned in the intro. That is the middle grade book that is quite popular and you all should know, and you will probably not believe that I have never read it, but I'm speaking of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, of course, I've known about Harry Potter. I've seen quite a few of the movies, so I know a little bit. My daughter also read a couple of the Harry Potter books and she was telling me stuff about it, so I know a bit. But I found out through Leslie over at the Nerdy Narrative that there was an illustrated edition, and I was like, wait, what is this? And then I was like, all right, they probably won't have it in my library though. but they do. So I could already picture it cozied up on my couch in front of my Christmas tree, and that is what I cannot wait to do. So I will be reading the illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I don't need to tell you about it. You should know already by now, but if not, either way, it'll be linked below because you can pick it up yourself and see what it's about. But like I said, you already know. If I know, you know. Let's move on. Now, with the Harry Potter book, I'm not worried about if it takes me all of December, all of January. I don't care. I'm going to take my time. As of right now, I'm not even sure what I'm going to be reading in January. Stay tuned. I don't know if I'm going to do a winter TBR or just one for January. I'm not sure. But again, I will take my time with that one. But I do know, the Berenstain Bears will be read, and so will this next one, hopefully. This one would be my second book by this author. Her first book I loved, and that one was The Silent Companion. So I'm speaking of Laura Purcell, and this one is The House of Whispers. Now, I read a little sample of this, I think in October, and I saw that it took place in winter. So I was like, we're going to hold this for December and or January. Like I said, we'll see how long it takes me. In this book, we follow a nurse named Hester, another book with a nurse, except she's an actual nurse, not pretending to be a nurse. We follow a woman named Hester, as I said, who is a nurse, and she gets a job caring for a partially paralyzed mute woman. Now, it says in the synopsis that Hester is on the run from something that happened in her past, something she's trying to get away from. And she thinks, this is a good job, good opportunity. But when she gets there, the staff is doing weird things, some superstitious rituals and whatnot. So she's like, what is going on in this house? But she gonna learn that this house has some secrets, and it may be more dangerous than the one that she just left. So I want to know what happened in her past that she's trying to escape from, and what is going on in this house today, and what's up with this woman not talking? What is she hiding? I'm pretty sure Laura Purcell is known for 2 timelines. I know she had 2 in The Silent Companion, so we're gonna see, because like I said, lots of secrets, House of Whispers. I hope I can get to it in December, if not January for sure, because it's winter, so we'll see. All right, and this last one on the list is another cozy mystery. This is a Christmas cozy mystery book, so I will definitely be reading this in December for sure. But this one is Christmas Corpse by Mona Marple. Just the name, Christmas Corpse. That's what got my attention. I think I was browsing on Kindle Unlimited and I saw this, so yes, available on Kindle Unlimited. I will link it below. But this is book 1 in the Christmas Cozy Mystery series. I don't like to jump in book 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, so when I can start at the first book, that's where I'm going to start. So I was happy I found this and read a little preview and was into it so far. So of course, let me tell you what it's about. Now, in the description for the book, it says this book takes place in Candy Cane Hollow, where every day is Christmas. So it reminds me of Pumpkin Hollow, where every day was Halloween. So I just can't wait for all the Christmas descriptions of the stores and the village and the town. Oh, can't wait. But in this story, we follow a woman named Holly Wood, and it even says, yes, that's her name. So we just gonna call her Holly because that's just too much. But in this book, Holly is driving home for the holidays, and she's not really looking forward to it because she's gonna get there and be alone. But on her way, she's driving in a snowstorm, and she ends up skidding off the road and crashing into a snowbank. But along comes this woman who says her name is Mrs. Claus, and she takes her to Candy Cane Hollow to rest up and recover. I'm assuming she is being taken care of at this hospital because there is this grumpy medical receptionist who is served a mince pie, and the next thing we know, she is found dead. Now, for some reason, Mrs. Claus is the main suspect. I guess she gave her that mince pie, but Holly does not believe she's guilty, so she has to get on the case and figure out what really happened because she likes her some Mrs. Claus and she wants to help out her friend. So it sounds so cozy and cute. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, when I read it, a little bit of the preview, I was into the writing. So you know me, I have to read a sample. If you don't know, now you do. So again, these are all the books that I hope to read in November and December, fingers crossed. If anything bleeds into January, you will see I am not married to anything, tied to anything. That's why I'm doing this now, because I want to be free to change my mind with my mood and whatnot. I did not want to do a specific one for November, a specific one for December, and feel like I have to read those books and I have to update you when I'm done with those months. That's just what it's going to be for right now. And stay tuned to see if I change my mind. And I will try to do a November wrap up, but if not, it will be an end of the year wrap up. I don't know. We'll see where the mood takes me because we're getting ready to get into December, which is the end of the year stuff. And I will be doing my best of video, my worst of video, and we'll see what else I decide to do. So much going on at the end of the year. So we'll see what all I'm going to be getting into. But feel free to let me know in the comments, do you have plans for the end of the year of what you're going to read? Are you going to be doing any Christmas books or winter themed books? Are you going to be reading any of the books that I just told you about? Are you now interested in any of the books I just told you about? Do you have any Christmas cozy mystery books you recommend? You can let us all know in the comments below, because I'm always looking for more. Even if I don't get to it this December, I will keep it on deck for next year. And if you don't have a comment related to any of those things, but you just want to leave something to let me know that you made it this far in the video and, you know, show me some love, you can leave me, of course, a Christmas tree emoji. Why not? We're already there. We're already thinking about it. Or a snowflake if you choose. And of course, ways you can support my channel are always linked below. You can donate towards coffee, tea, ebooks, things I need for the channel, all that good stuff. And I think that about wraps it up. So until next time, snuggle up in your hideaway with a good book, unplug as much as possible, be kind to all kind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.